tribulations, my heart, my balls, my somebody stop, somebody come and get me. Little did I know that the Lord was riding with me. The law, the light, my heart, the fight, the wrong, the right is gone.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another JVS movie review from the Toronto Film Festival. And this was my third film I saw for this year's Midnight Madness. And this one is The Blackening. So anybody who remembers the original sketch, I think it was Comedy Central, you could definitely find it on YouTube, as I even had to send it to some of my fellas who came with the festival with us, and who Sam and Jorge, who had never seen the original sketch before they saw the movie. So if you remember the original sketch of The Blackening, this is the full-length feature of that. So here is a quick synopsis. The Blackening follows a group of 9 black friends who go away to a cabin in the woods for a weekend. They soon find themselves trapped in a cabin with a killer intent on playing a twisted game. And this one stars, and I'm going to mess up some of these names. Charge it to my mind, not my heart. Grace Byers, Jermaine Fowler, Melvingregg, X Mayo, Yvonne Oji, Dewayne, Perkins, Jay Farrow, Antoinette Robertson, and Sinqua Wales. I screwed your name up completely, but I loved you in, I think it's The Nanny he also has at this film festival, but I saw that at Sundance, and I know I'm messing up your name, and I greatly apologize for it. But it's directed by Tim Story. This is the perfect, black horror comedy. That's all you wanted from The Blackening. The concept is very simple here, of it being these friends go away to this cabin in the woods, and they are forced to play these games. The games, again, if you know the sketch, the games are based off of black stereotypes more than anything else, or black knowledge of pop culture. It works wonders here, the way they weave in and out of the game and the horror aspects of it. And because this is an extended type of story, meaning the clip initially released was only 5 minutes long of a gag. So when you do a gag and you have to stretch it out to a full-length feature, you also have to put elements of horror in it to really engage the audience. Here, they do a great job at injecting horror along with those elements, kind of like a more upgraded version of Scary Movie. And Scary Movie is really good. Anybody who's seen it knows it's really good. It was so different at the time it was released. The Blackening feels like a successor of that type of film genre, horror, black comedies that we don't get at all anymore. And it works in wonders, and it works because this cast is great, especially Dewayne Perkins, who's amazing in this film, absolutely amazing in this film. And he's actually, I think, one of the originals from the actual sketch, so it's kind of great to see him in this role, as we are first introduced by all the friends at the cabin, and Yvonne Oji and Jay Farrow, who play a couple in it. They arrive first, and then they get without spoiling anything, they get the Jada and Omar Epps treatment of Scream 2 in the beginning of this film. So if you've seen Scream 2, you know exactly what I mean by that. It's even a joke, as the first question they're asked by this game, The Blackening, which is the most racist looking game humanly possible, with the lips and the black, it's a racist looking game. But the first thing they ask is, name black people who survived a horror movie. And Jay Farrow's response is Jada Pinkett Smith and Omar Epps in Scream 2. If you know Scream 2, you know where they go with it, and you kind of know where these two are going to go with it. It works great for this movie. It's a great way to open up this movie. But again, the movie is just funny. It's a comedy. I can tell you it has heart. Who cares? It works like the sketch does. And the fear was, when you make something a long form version of either a short movie or a sketch or a skit, you kind of wonder what's going to be lost in between it. Will it drag on too long? At no point in time from this film directed by Tim Story did I think it dragged on too long. I actually at one point wanted it to be possibly a little longer, because I was enjoying the movie so much. But this movie works if you are a fan of horror, if you're a fan of comedy, if you're a fan of anything. The Blackening works for it. It's not much to discuss without giving you spoilers of the actual plot of the movie. Just understand, it is very simple here. Friends get to a cabin that black people have no business being at. And then things happen, and some of the racist jokes are hilarious here. Some of the things that were hilarious here. It does recycle a few gags from the sketch, but not a lot of them. A lot of this is fresh and brand new and stuff I think people will really enjoy when you sit down and watch it. This is definitely a film that you get along with your friends, and hopefully you go through the theaters and see it. I don't even know the distribution behind this film at this point, since I've seen it at a film festival, but it's something I can't wait to see again. Like, I really want to see this movie again, but I want to see it with my friends, because I think that's the engagement that this film brings in. And it's not just for Black people at all. It's definitely something, as I'm in a theater full of non-Black people, and some of them who were very uncomfortable at first, possibly having a laugh at it. But it was great to see before the beginning of the film, when the director comes in and talks about it, and for Tim to say, like, hey, this movie is made for everybody. Like, don't feel bad that you laugh at some of these jokes. It's okay. We're not going to call you racist for laughing at some of these jokes. It is hilarious like that, and it works wonders, and something that I think a lot of people are going to enjoy whenever you get a chance to see it. So, The Blackening, brought to you from the Toronto Film Festival. Out of a possible 10, I'm going to give The Blackening an 8 out of 10. This is a fun movie. Definitely something you get around with your peoples and you watch it, have fun at the movies and watch it. While I believe it's rated R, I want to say it's still not overly grotesque of a horror film. So again, possibly a younger audience could also check this out, because the jokes are funny and the stereotypes that you make fun of are really funny. And I think it works on so many levels that people will thoroughly enjoy it. This has been another JVS movie review. Peace, people.